Good afternoon to all of you who is joining us today. Sunset greetings to you from the fascinating cliff in southern Bali. Uluwatu Cliff, located 100 meters above Indian Ocean, invites us to savor the phenomenal infinity of life and infinite landscapes of Bali. Spectacular and unique, this bespoke location leaves its visitors inspired of the pure nature that Bali Island has to offer. From the diverse surfing world-class waves to iconic and sacred Uluwatu Temple and the heartfelt Balinese hospitality and culture. The Uluwatu Cliff gifts you the desire to return and appreciate these treasured moments with family and friends. Sheetal, we are over to you.
Thanks, Julia. Thanks for showing us these gorgeous views. Hi, good evening and welcome everyone. I'm Sheetal Rastogi. We are here for Cocktail Hour by World Travel Magazine. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you all are healthy and safe. The world is opening in phases every week and more travel bubbles and green lanes are being created, being launched and being discussed as we move towards recovery. As Bali is yet to open its border for international travelers, we thought of taking you to Bali today. So please join me in this short journey to Bali today. Bali doesn't need an introduction. For those of you who haven't been to Bali yet, a good place to start from home will be to watch Eat, Pray and Love, where Julia Roberts finds that true love for her. Whether you are in search for true love or you are looking for a romantic getaway with your partner, or you are like me, planning for a multi-generational family trip, Bali has something memorable for everyone. I have a special guest, Hemal Jain, joining me today. He is the General Manager, Alila Uluwatu. Born and raised in Kolkata, India, Hemal has been with Alila Resorts for over 10 years now. He moved to this beautiful island of Bali in 2015, where he previously managed Alila Mangis and Alila Ubud. So welcome, Hemal. How has the lockdown been for you in this gorgeous island? I would love to be in a lockdown in Bali.
Sure. I mean, look at this, Shitu. The lockdown has exactly been like this. I mean, pre, post, pandemic, whatever you might want to call it as. But Bali is as beautiful as this, and it has remained like this since so long. Unfortunate as it is, that world has kind of come to a complete standstill. But when it is a little bit more Sienna, I think people are going to come back and enjoy this beautiful, beautiful weather here in Bali. We are waiting for our guests. We have been very fortunate that we did not close our doors. We still have few guests at the hotel. But yes, we would want to welcome more and more guests in the near future and as soon as possible.
No, that's fantastic. I think Bali has a very special place in everyone's diary. Whether you're a second timer or third timer, I would be surprised to see a person who's visited Bali and is not really planning for a next holiday again in Bali. It's a must go place in everyone's list. So coming back to where you are, Hemal. Right. Uluwatu is right down towards the southern end of Bali, yes. Far from Julia Roberts' Ubud and the night buzz of Seminyak. So what draws people to Uluwatu?
Right. I'll go to Uluwatu in a moment, but just to talk about the Eat, Pray, Love thing that you started talking about. I used to manage a hotel in Ubud as well, Alila Ubud, where a part of the story of Eat, Pray, Love was shot. So coming back to Uluwatu, Uluwatu is at the southernmost tip of the Bukit Peninsula in Bali. Now, the word Uluwatu, Ulu means land's end, and Watu comes from rock. So here we are, on 100 meters, as Julia was telling in the beginning, above the Indian Ocean. Iconic views, unparalleled, unmatched, beautiful, iconic sunsets from here. 10 to 15 minutes drive from the hotel and around the Uluwatu area, you actually see some of the most beautiful beaches, white sandy beaches. And not to forget, Uluwatu is also a very cultural destination. It houses the most iconic temple in Bali, which is the Pura Luhur temple, which is also very popular for its ketchup dances. So yes, Uluwatu has every ingredient for a very fantastic holiday in Bali, Sheetal.
Yeah, so that's really great. And I think, Himal, it's been close to 5 years for you in Bali.
Right.
So what are some of your favorite moments in Bali?
Right. I mean, Bali has everything for everyone, Sheetal. I mean, you drive around 1.5 hours, 2 hours from A location into a B location, and you reach, let's say, Ubud, the villages of Ubud, the adventure sports, the yoga and wellness component in Ubud. You drive around further into the main south city area. You are in Semina, which is buzzing, nightlife, pubs, beaches again, sunsets. You come over to Uluwatu, you see all these iconic views. You drive furthermore and you reach UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is Jati Lui, an absolutely unmissable experience. But for me, the most memorable moment, not because I managed this hotel, but also is because of this iconic views here. And this is my favorite spot. I come here every evening to meet the guests, to have my favorite wine. So yes, this is a favorable moment.
Amazing. And, Himal, as we see, this pandemic has accelerated the need for sustainability in the hospitality. And It has also become a key part of travelers' expectation. What are some of the sustainability initiatives at Alila?
Right.
I do remember it was literally plastic free with water bottling plants, and you have glass bottles, and I think you have some sort of lemongrass essential oil or sprays that you use in the villas to keep the mosquitoes at bay. So would you share some?
Sure. I mean, Sheetal, for Alila and for Alila Villas Uluwatu, pre or post pandemic, we have always been, that's our brand DNA. We have always been sustainable in everything we do. Our focus has been social, cultural, and environmental responsibility. So we have managed that from day one. I'll give you a few examples. Alila Villas Uluwatu, for example, from building, construction, and design stage, we have been Earth Check certified. We have also very recently got the Platinum Earth Check certification, which is one of its kind in the field of sustainability. We have a zero waste to landfill lab, a sustainability lab at the resort, where you were just mentioning, we use used bottles and we crush them and make beautiful glasses, which we use in our restaurants, also in our team members area. We use bamboo toothbrushes in the villas. We have cotton birds, which are made out of paper. We have used ice buckets that we use in the villas and also which are no longer suitable to be used. We use them and we make beautiful bulb holders from these ice buckets. So you see, we have been following sustainable practices since the beginning. We also do composting at the property. We have a beautiful water bottling plant, and we bottle our own water. They are done in glass bottles, which are reused, they are washed, and it goes through a high filtration system. And this water bottling plant, Sheetal, was built right at the beginning of this resort in 2008. So we started with that sustainable practice. One more important aspect that we always follow is community consciousness. What we do is we partner with a foundation called as Role Foundation, which empowers women. So we invite our guests to donate some chunk of their room nights into this Role Foundation, because it helps empower the community and the Role Foundation. And we also hire these girls who graduate out of this Role Foundation into our hotel. So we completely follow these sustainable practices since the beginning, and we will continue to follow them. So pre and post pandemic, we are definitely going to be more and more sustainable, but we have been practicing that since day one.
No, it's really amazing to hear that you've been doing practicing sustainability at your resort. I think it's close to 11 years, and I think that's a very strong point of conscious travelers who are looking at sustainability as one of the key factors when they choose any place that they want to stay in. That's brilliant, Kemal.
Very much.
In terms of for Alila, it's whenever anyone is coming to Bali, I think the local experiences play a very big part of the complete stay. So what are some of the Balinese immersive experiences that you're planning in coming months?
Oh, sure. I mean, as you correctly said, Sheetal, we value the destination experiences, and we want to make our guests uh, have and feel those destination experiences. A couple of examples would be, we have a beautiful journey called as Journey to Indigenous Bali Lifestyle, where we dress you up in a Balinese attire. We take you to a local person's house. We completely show you how the house is set up and bring out the relevance of living like a local. Another experience that we do is Journey to Enlightenment, where we take you into various areas in Uluwatu area and tell you how this peninsula is made up and what is the core of this peninsula. So these are kind of those immersive local experiences that we cater to. And then whenever the guest comes here, we want them to feel like that local and immerse themselves in these beautiful experiences. And not to forget, I mean, we have experiences for everyone. We have another beautiful experience called as Journey to the Southern Beaches, where we do beach hopping. Since Uluwatu is so popular for its beaches, uh, we take you into beach hopping experience, and then during the sunset time, we take you into the middle of the ocean, and we literally make the guests watch the sun setting down and surprise them with a glass of champagne. So these are the local immersive experiences that we bring out and we want our guests to enjoy.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. In fact, whenever I plan to visit Bali, it's always for something new that different hoteliers or local destinations experts that they plan these new experiences to keep visitors or tourists coming back every time for something new when they're in Bali. No, that's brilliant. And in terms of when I think of Alila, wellness comes very naturally to me. And Bali, all the more, is very well related to when you convey about a message for wellness. So are there any wellness experiences planned in coming months?
Sure. Yes, for us, wellness, Sheetal, I will drift a little bit and also talk about well-being. For us, I think wellness and well-being are going hand in hand. And yes, we have beautiful yoga experiences for our guests. We do daily yoga sessions with our in-house yogi. We have beautiful aerial yoga where we literally hang you on a rope and make you move around and stretch a little bit. We do yoga right in the middle of this pool called as a paddleboard yoga. Plus, we also have various sustainable spa treatments, which are you are seated down, and then we talk you through to your body what you want to eat, and then we suggest you some various spa therapies. So these are all the wellness component that we bring about. But for us, it's also more about well-being. You come into this kind of a space and you enjoy yourself. So that automatically brings out the wellness component and the well-being component.
Yeah. No, that's great. And in fact, I've been to Bali a few times, and I've always looked at whenever it's a trip to Bali, it's a combination of active different activities around the beach. It's spa and certain wellness treatments, and then of course the F&B is always amazing. That's and in fact, for me, whenever I'm visiting Bali, I would always look for a local recommendation because with changing times, and I think people are coming with new experiences for the travelers. So what, in your opinion, are some of the must-do experiences for our viewers when they're visiting Bali next?
Right. As you see, I mean, Sheetal, as I said, Bali has everything for everyone, but I'll definitely pick up my favorite two. One is must visit to this Uluwatu temple, Pura Luhur temple, and watch that iconic Kechak dance when the sun is setting down. It is very, very beautiful. And the second unmissable experience I would tell our guests to enjoy is a visit to the UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is Jati Lui. It's an absolute unparalleled views of the rice paddy fields. You know, you get onto the hill, you watch the paddy fields, and you sip your wine or you have a nice cup of coffee. An absolute unmissable experience. So
Yeah.
these are two I'll pick up, Sheila.
No, probably I'm yet to do this rice paddy experience where you I would love to have a coffee in rice paddy fields, and probably with some background rains would be
Right.
amazing. No, that's nice, and I think now it's cocktail time for me. So
For me as well,
what's that one dish and
Right.
a cocktail that sums up Alila experience in Bali?
Sure, sure. Before I take you to the cocktail making experience and show you a favorite cocktail, I'll talk about that one dish. You know, since we bring communities together, Bali is all about community and destination. One beautiful experience in terms of food is a Megibung dining experience, which is basically like the whole family comes in together and they share a meal from a common plate called as Megibung. And it is meant to unite families, meant to unite cultures, meant to unite differences. So that's one of the aspects of a beautiful Balinese dining, Megibung, that I would like to highlight. And now let me walk you to our
one of our guests' most favorite cocktails. Our passion we used vodka with vanilla. We infuse it for 1 week with vanilla. We use lime juice, sugar syrup, and some egg whites to make it a nice foam and give it a nice texture. We have it all prepared already for you now. Sapta, let's check it out. You know, meanwhile, why this is one of our signature cocktails? Do you know this fruit?
yes, passion fruit, of course.
Exactly, yes. But this is a very special passion fruit. This is special to Indonesia. It's called a marquisa. Marquisa is, other than other passion fruits, it's rather sweetish and not that much sour. So it gives a very nice taste to this cocktail. Let's try and open it up.
Sure, sure.
So this will be a marquisa. I'll show it to you as well. So this it is a little bit more dry. It's not as the usual passion fruit, and local people would just eat it out of the fruit, just serve it out there. But I think meanwhile our cocktail should be ready. Yeah. So
Nice. Thank you, Martin, for this. Sheetal, I'm sure you're going to love this. Unfortunately, you're not in the location.
Yeah, this is the passion fruit.
That's correct. Passion fruit martini, one of the most popular martinis at Alila Uluwatu. And
Okay.
this is our signature martini. Martin, shall we?
it's nice. Ready.
Right. Sheetal, did you try this when you stayed here a couple of years ago?
No, I haven't tried the passion fruit cocktail. Probably the next time that I'm there.
Sure, sure. We'll have one at the Sunset
Yes,
Cabana.
certainly.
Nice. Here we go. I think it's ready.
All right.
Cool.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers, Sheetal.
As Himal, we all start to plan for our holidays. Can you give us an idea of key initiatives that Alila has taken to reassure travelers? Because everyone is, it's right now a situation where people are concerned and worried in terms of how it will be. So they have to literally cross different hurdles to make or to start thinking and planning about that perfect holiday. So what are some of the initiatives that you've taken to reassure travelers who are planning to visit when the border opens?
Sure, sure. I mean, we were always following, as luxury hotels, heightened hygiene, sanitation protocols. But yes, after this pandemic, we have enhanced our measures in everything we are doing. But one most important aspect that I would like to talk about is, space, Sheetal. Space is the real luxury. We are well laid out. We are spread out in 11 and a half sectors. So it is also important for our guests to ensure, for us to ensure that our guests enjoy the space, because it brings luxury, it brings automated privacy. It also helps our guests to enjoy without even thinking that the hygiene and sanitation protocols are on their face. So we are also very discreet about it. But yes, we have heightened our measures across the varied services that we are going to provide, right from the airport to the car experience, to the check-in, check-out experiences, in-house experiences. Even when we take the guests out to destination experiences, we will
Yeah.
ensure that complete hygiene sanitation protocols in place for sure.
No, that's really good to know. That's
Sure.
good to know. In fact, I think we are expecting Bali borders to reopen soon for international guests. And after being confined indoors for a good almost 3 months now, I think it's time for some outdoor experiences. And I think the Cliff of Uluwatu is an attractive option for everyone who's looking for freedom and, like what you said, the openness, and probably cozy up in your sunset cabana bar and have a cocktail. And I think that's what we all are really looking forward to, Hemal. Do you have any message for our viewers as we wrap up our session today?
Yes, sure, Sheetal. Thank you for asking that. One piece of message that I would like to communicate is travel literally unites people, and I think it is a very strong gift that we have all been provided. That when we travel, we bring local communities, local people together. We bring destination together, and I would like to invite, whether you're traveling for commercial business purposes or for leisure, I think it's important that we all now start traveling with purpose, and having a lot of community consciousness to what we do whenever we go into a particular location. So yes, Sheetal, I would send a message that we all need to travel, but travel with purpose and help the local communities where we are going to, and also try and live like a local, to get that immersive destination experiences. So that's my piece of message that I would like to communicate, traveling with purpose, Sheetal.
No, thank you, Hemal. In fact, one thing that I really look forward to when I'm visiting Alila, it's your deep sleep pillow mist.
Okay.
I think it's with lavender and chamomile essential oil. I think that puts me to sleep really, really well. So that's my favorite when I'm with Alila. So thank you so much, Hemal, for joining us today. And thanks to all our viewers for joining us. And we hope that you enjoyed getting a glimpse of Bali this evening. Do join us next week, Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Singapore time, as we bring another exciting destination live for you. Have a blessed evening ahead, and goodbye. Thank you, Hemal, once again.
Thank you, Sheetal. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers. Cheers.